So the movie starts and we see that there is a small child whose parents had died, and he had started living very sad. So he comes to his grandmother's house and his name is Sam, but he used to be very sad because he still missed his parents very much. His grandmother was very loving and caring, who took a lot of care of Sam, but still he was not able to adjust there. So his grandmother tells him that I will bring you a pet, and you play with it, and make it your friend, and talk to it about everything that is in your heart. And then in a few days his grandmother gifts him a rat. Sam was very happy to get that rat, and used to spend most of his time with it, and he always used to tell his grandmother that rats live so happily, they jump and keep playing in their cage. One day Sam is playing with his rat, then a witch is watching them outside. The eyes of that witch were very strange. Along with this, Sam's grandmother's health starts deteriorating, but in a short while her health becomes normal. Then she tells Sam that let's go for a walk outside, and then both of them go to a grocery store for shopping. Sam gets away from them for a while. Then a woman comes to him who is actually a witch. She gives Sam a chocolate. This was the same witch who was eyeing their house that day. Then she starts controlling Sam, and that witch also had a strange snake. But then Sam's grandmother comes there and calls Sam. Seeing her, Sam starts running towards her, and that witch quickly leaves from there. When they come home, Sam tells his grandmother that a woman in the store was talking to me in a very strange way and was forcefully giving me chocolates and was saying that listen to me. She also had a snake. Then his grandmother says that son, that woman was a witch. That's why we are refusing you. Don't take anything from anyone and eat it because it is possible that someone has mixed something in it and they are trying to catch you. Let me tell you a story from my childhood. When I was 10 years old and I had a friend too, we both were going home, but on the way my friend suddenly disappeared, and when I saw a strange woman was giving her chocolate, and that woman was a witch. So I took my friend and left from there. But the next day when I was getting my braid done by my mother, I saw my friend turn into a hen in front of my eyes as if a witch had cast a spell on her, or she had eaten a chocolate which had some magic in it. That is why I stay away from all these things since childhood. And you too should not take anything from now on, and if anyone comes, tell me immediately. Then Sam's grandmother tells Sam that we will leave from here soon, because our house has come under the eyes of witches. There was a 5-star hotel in front of their house where Sam's grandmother's cousin used to work in the hotel, and he had a good relationship with the hotel manager. She tells them and gets a room for herself. Grandma and Sam shift to that hotel, and they can go wherever they want, but a strange thing happens. Soon many witches come to that hotel because they have a meeting, and they have to have a nice dinner. All the witches were very fashionable, and they come there and meet the manager and say that you know who we are, and we should be given a big hall for the meeting. Actually, their plan for the meeting is that they will kidnap all the children or give them chocolates which will have their magical poison, by eating which all the good children will turn into animals. Now it is night, and Sam is talking to his grandmother. There is heavy rain and lightning outside. Then Sam asks, how does a grandmother witch look like? Grandma says that son, her nose is very long and her fingers and nails are very big. That is why my son, she wears a mask and gloves, and her hair is also not good. That is why she wears a cap. And hearing this, Sam was very scared because there was a storm outside. Now it is morning. So poor Sam was getting bored, so he goes to a hall with his pet mouse to play. But then a group of witches comes there who had come there for a meeting. Sam gets scared seeing them and hides at a place. One of the witches starts smelling the mouse, but she is unable to see it anywhere, so she starts her meeting. Now all the witches were sitting on the chairs, and in front of them was the leader of the witches. She takes out a magical potion and shows it to them and says that there is a magical potion and we will put a drop of it in a chocolate or candy, by eating which we will be able to turn children into permanent animals. But then she smells Sam and she starts sniffing the stage. In this way, her nose and her face looked very dirty. After all, she was the leader of all of them, so she lifts the stage and throws it. But there is no one under the stage. But behind it there was a window for ventilation where Sam is seen. She was about to catch it when a child comes there, who was the child of someone's guest there. All the witches go towards him and catch him, and he was very fond of eating. So all the witches are very happy to see this, because they could catch him easily, and they give him the chocolate in which they had put magical liquid, and that child eats the chocolate immediately and turns into a small mouse. Now seeing that mouse, all the witches themselves start getting scared and want to hit it with their sandals. Then a mouse comes from the ventilation who takes it with him, but Sam had made a mistake by doing this because all the witches see him and catch him and take him with them. Then they put a drop of that nutrition in his ear, after which Sam also turns into a mouse. Now all the 3 mice quickly run away from there, and Sam's pet mouse is also with them. Then we come to know that she was also a child whom the witches had turned into a mouse by feeding chocolate, so a very good friendship is formed between those 3, and they say that we will definitely take revenge from these witches. He immediately goes to his grandmother and tells her in gestures that the witches have made us a mouse. Then his grandmother recognizes them and agrees to help them in the plan. Then Sam tells his grandmother that the interesting thing is that the balcony of the room in which the witch is staying is visible from our balcony. Then his grandmother gets an idea, and she says that I am tying a sock and you have to sit in it and go down and steal her magical nourishment. Then I will set you guys right. Then he does the same. Sam's grandmother makes Sam sit in the sock and sends him down, but Sam is very scared of that witch. But then the witch is not there. Then Sam picks up that nourishment and immediately comes back in the sock. When Sam's grandmother is pulling that sock up, the witch sees all this and holds the sock tightly. Then Sam's grandmother says that it fell down from me by mistake, so I am just pulling it back up. Then the witch says, how is that possible? And she is about to check that sock when the hotel manager is there, due to which she leaves that sock. Now that the magical nutrition had reached the grandmother, she puts it in a plate and dips those mice one by one in it. But that nutrition has no effect, because that nutrition could turn humans into animals, and not animals back into humans. Then Sam says that, grandmother, we cannot be fine. Why don't we put this nutrition in the food of those witches which they are going to eat, and anyway you can go to the kitchen. Then grandmother says, wow, children, what an idea. Then she takes the 3 mice and that nutrition to the kitchen where food is being prepared for the witches. She puts the nutrition in it. But while doing this, the hotel manager sees grandmother. So he asks her whether these mice are yours and you should not bring mice to the kitchen. Then grandmother says that these mice are not mine, and if you want, you can check everything. And when the manager checks their room and bag, he does not find the mice anywhere. Then grandmother says that I will file a police complaint against you because how could you check my room like this? Hearing this, the manager gets scared and says that you can have dinner in the hotel and you will not have to pay any bill. Hearing this, grandma gets happy. She also gets to eat for free, and then it is time for those witches to eat food. Then the leader of the witches sees grandma smiling, but by then, other witches have finished eating, and within no time all the witches turn into rats. Seeing this, grandma gets very happy. Then all the workers there start killing the rats. But one bad thing happened, that the leader witch had not even tested that soup yet, due to which they do not turn into rats. Then those 3 rats set a trap, and cleverly put his finger in the trap, due to which that witch starts screaming. Then they put that magical nutrition in her mouth, and now she had also turned into a rat, but she was a little bigger than all those rats. But grandma locks her in a glass and puts that rat in front of a cat. Now grandma puts Sam and her friends in a bag and starts leaving the hotel because now there was no danger of witches, and now she could live in her house as well. Now the grandmother brings those 3 mice with her and feeds them. Now all 3 mice were very happy with their life and getting new friends, and the grandmother took great care of them. And the interesting thing was that now those 3 mice never wanted to become humans, and they used to enjoy a lot, and the grandmother used to dance with them, and with this the movie has a happy ending.